Good evening, teasers. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for joining me. I am so excited to see you guys. I know I haven't been on here for a little bit, but I've been uploading videos, so make sure you guys check out the videos that I uploaded. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Yes. So, guys, today I wanted to come on and talk about some trending topics that's been going on, things that's been going on throughout the week, and that a lot of folks are talking about. We are going to discuss Mr. Rex Herman. It's a German name, isn't it? He's an alleged serial unaliver. And then I'm going to talk about Carlethia. Actually, I'm going to talk about Carlethia Russell first. She is the 25-year-old woman, that young lady that was allegedly abducted here recently. So I wanted to talk about her and try to get her name out there and try to bring attention and awareness to her because, as you know, a lot of times that our sisters are African-American women, when they do come up missing, guys, guess what? They never usually make world news or get into that media like that. So we want to all guys, make sure you guys, if you can on your channels, bring awareness and attention to Carlethia Russell because this is very serious. It really is. And I'm hoping that she is okay, guys. Let's see what else. I'm also going to talk about Black China, guys. Hey, Monica. Hi, Miss Bug. I'm going to talk about Black China, guys. Black China has made some substantial changes, guys. So we want to take a look at her and see how she's looking right now. See if her change, how she's glowing now, and how it has affected the way she dresses and the way she moves. So I want to talk about that as well. I did include Peter Thomas, but unfortunately, Peter is a mess, and I don't know if we get to Peter, then we'll just talk about Peter. Okay, guys. So I really appreciate you guys coming. Make sure you guys hit that like button, and always, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe. Let's go ahead and get into it right after this. Okay, guys, thank you. That was just like a little quick intro. I tried to make it myself, guys. I hope you guys like it. It was very brief, but I did it myself, okay? Now, guys, please let me know if you have a hard time hearing me or if you have a hard time seeing me, if I'm lagging or anything, guys. I just want to do a quick PSA. I found out exactly what's going on with the internet. I've been calling Xfinity out here back and forth. And come to find out, it is my computer. It looks like it's my computer, guys. So we're going to try to get another computer, y'all. So if you want to support the channel, please support the channel. I will really appreciate it. But that's my goal, to get another computer, guys. I'm actually letting my son use it. And he has downloaded all this different music, rap music and stuff on it. And so that's why my computer is moving that way. So y'all give me some time, y'all. Be patient with me. I want to go live more often. Like I said, I just hate lagging. That just, it's embarrassing. And it's just ugly. How about that? So let's go ahead and get into it, guys, shall we? Thank you. Hello there. Hello, everyone. Thank y'all for coming. So, guys, hello. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, today I wanted to talk about Miss Carlethia Russell. Put a 1 in the chat, guys. Just a quick 1 in the chat if you have heard the story about this young lady. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. She is the young lady that was abducted, most likely abducted on I-459, where she thought, well, she probably seen a child walking down the freeway, the interstate. Let me just go ahead and share the screen of her story, and then we'll get more into it. Okay, guys? Where is she at? Please let this be. Yes, this is it. Let me make sure you guys can see it. And I'm just going to put my little stuff, keep my little stuff over here on the side. Okay, guys? Thank you so much. Anyone else heard the story about this young lady? Anyone else heard the story about this young lady? This is really tough, guys. It is so tough. I'm going to go ahead and kind of touch on what happened to this lady allegedly. So basically, her name is Carlethia Russell. Okay, guys, she is 25 years old, guys. Something very egregious, something that's very mysterious has happened to this young lady. Carlethia Russell was on her way home from work one particular night, about 9-something at night. She was abducted in a really devastating way, where the culprits used a child to walk down the side of a freeway to get her attention. Now, all of us, I have my hand up. If you were to see a child walking down the interstate, would you not stop? Especially if you see them alone, would you not stop? Put it in the chat whether or not you would stop. I know all of you would stop, including myself. And it's so interesting that these suspects or these suspects use a child instead of some type of obstacle or of debris or tree limb or anything like that. They went deeper. They actually used a child. And that is really sad. It's really sad. And what would make them think of that? Makes you wonder how deep of a mind these criminals have, how deep these criminals can go as far as trying to do what they need to do. And in this case, it looks like they wanted to abduct Carlethia Russell. Okay. Now, my question is, who in the hell took this child? Who took this girl? Like, who did this? What kind of sicko used a child to lure someone? Now, I don't think it was a woman. It could have been a woman in particular that they lured this child with. It could have been anyone, a male or a female, because they really didn't know. They were oblivious to who was going to stop and render aid, or, render aid to this child, right? So they could have been set out to get anyone, a female or a male, right, guys? When I saw this story, guys, I was in awe. I really was. I know they have, like I said, I know they have several tricks that they use to lure someone out of their vehicle. Nowadays, guys, I don't know why my eyes do that every time I get on here. Nowadays, guys, they actually are just running into folks and, wrecking their vehicles, causing an accident to get people to get out of their vehicles. And a lot of us are hip to those old school games. But again, in this case, they use a child. A young child. And I thought about it and I was like, well, what if it was some type of doll? But no, it couldn't have been a doll unless it was a huge doll, a huge ass doll, and it was mechanically working with batteries or something. But I just couldn't see them using a doll. But at the same time, could you imagine a child walking down the side of the freeway like that? Most kids would kind of take off and run. They take off and accidentally run into the highway, right? But in this case, it looks like this particular child, excuse me, guys. It looks like this particular child stayed the course and stayed walking along the side of the interstate, for what we understand, right? Like I said, I just thought it could have been a doll or something like that. Anyway, the last they heard from Carlethia, and they call her Carly, guys. We're going to refer to her as the nickname is Carly. That's what her nickname is. She liked to be called Carly. So Carly was they last heard from Carly when she was on the phone with her family member in reference to this child. She actually called 911 first. Called 911 and said, hey, there's a child in the road. I'm going to stop and help this child, right? And then she hung up with 911 and called a family member, at which time the family member heard a scream, right? Family member hears a scream and nothing else, not one thing. The family member heard a scream and nothing else. The phone, guys, was still on. The phone was still on, guys. Let me get back to you guys. Can you imagine that? The phone was still on when the family member heard the scream. So it makes you wonder, right, guys? It makes you wonder, what did they do to her to silence her so quickly? Now, I thought about, trigger warning, I thought about maybe a stun gun, right? Maybe they utilize a stun gun, or maybe they utilized something they did to really get this woman quiet quickly, right? And to where her family member, they didn't hear anything else. What do you guys think about that? For them to, the family member hear someone scream, and they were bold. We know they were bold because they saw her on the phone, right? Didn't give a damn about her being on the phone. They were still adamant about taking this woman. Now, I personally don't think that it's anyone that she knows. I really don't. I don't think this is anyone that this young lady knows, because, again, this child was allegedly walking down I-459. They wouldn't have not, I don't think they would have went so far, to plant a child there unless they just know she's like freaking crazy about kids. I just can't see it. I just think that they were out to get anyone, not specifically Carlethia. And it's sad because they have not heard from this young lady, y'all. They have not heard from her. Here is another picture of her. Look how beautiful she is, guys. Look at this lady. She is beautiful, beautiful skin, beautiful, just beautiful. Beautiful. Reminds me of myself when I was younger. She looks healthy, she's glowing, and it's just sad. It really is sad, because I have a daughter that age. My daughter is getting ready to be 30 years old, guys. And I'm like, I sent her this story immediately because I'm like, I'm sure my daughter would have stopped as well. And if you have daughters, please, send her this story to let her know that they have went to an all new level, okay? A much higher level to get someone to stop by utilizing children, toddlers. And it's really insane to me. It really is. But I'm assuming that they may have knocked her out, right? They may have knocked her right out because her sister didn't hear anything, but the phone was still on. The phone was still on, right, guys? So again, whoever this is, they didn't give a damn about the phone. They did not care about the phone. All they wanted was her. So once the police made it there, and you guys may have read about it, but once the police made it there, they found her vehicle and they found all her belongings. So it was not a robbery, right? It was not a robbery attempt. It was not, carjacking attempt, right? They wanted her specifically. Now, we'll ask ourselves, and I ask myself as well, guys, why did they take her away from the scene? Why did they abduct this woman without taking anything from her, without, robbing her or anything? Remember, a male could have stopped. It could have been a man. So it makes me wonder it makes me think that this is not something where they want her for sexual reasons. No, I don't believe that. I really don't, because again, a male could have stopped unless they're bi, right? I just don't believe that's the case. I'm going to be real with you guys. And a lot of people think that this is a myth. We've been hearing a lot about organ harvesting. We have. And I'm going to be real with y'all. I really do believe that people are being missing. A lot of African-American people are becoming missing because of that. I do believe that. If you look in Atlanta, if you look at Chicago, if you look at Detroit, all these young folks are coming up missing. Right? Now, remember, young African-American folks, we're strong, they're strong, especially the men. The men are so strong, they are able to compete with very little training, right? Because they're naturally strong, right? And so when they look into this, I'm assuming when they look into trying to get something like that, trigger one is growth, into, trying to get someone's organs, they want to make sure that the heart is strong, right? So I'm sure they're looking at the physique. I'm sure they're looking at the look, everything. Again, our people are a strong people. We are. And, I just really feel that it is going on. And I really feel that they are taking young folks because they are so strong. Their hearts are so strong. Their kidneys are so strong. A lot of young folks don't smoke, don't drink, right? So that's why they choose to go for the younger folks. They don't come for our old asses. No, because they know we didn't smoke, been there, done some shit. Right? Here it is. They probably see this line on my chest and like, oh, hell no, she didn't have heart surgery. But have you guys ever wondered that? Put it in the chat if you ever wondered that. It makes me think that they wanted this young lady for another reason, not for pleasure. Not for pleasure. I really don't believe that, because again, a man could have stopped, right, ladies and gentlemen? A man could have stopped. Let me just take a look at your comments. Thank you so much, Maisha. Thanks, guys. Give Maisha a hand clap. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for joining the channel. Thank you, Miss Bug. Thank you to all the members. Okay, guys. Let's see here if you guys had anything to say. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Miss Bug says yes, she would have stopped. Yes, she would have stopped. Exactly. Most women, especially mothers, would have stopped. And guess what? This is not the first time someone has seen a child walking down the street solo or down a freeway solo. This is not the first time they have this. This has occurred many times, and the police were called. So she probably felt it was okay to stop. Like somebody probably, abandoned the child. So that, I'm saying, is somewhat of a smart trick. It is somewhat of a smart trick that they would use a child And male and females have found children. That's all I'm saying. What would make them do that? Um, she said, exactly. Let's see here. She said, not now. She will not stop now. Right. And it's sad that if we are to stop, maybe we should stay in our vehicles. Make sure you have your little sister or your big sister or brother with you. If you're going to stop, don't get out of the car. It's a lot of things that, okay, if I don't get out of the car, this child's going to get hit. Things that's what we'll think. And in this case, this child got out and she met evil. She did. She met evil. Let's see. Hey, Licking Kisses. Thank you so much for being a member. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much, guys. Let's see. Thank y'all. She said, I wouldn't have stopped. You wouldn't have stopped Licking Kisses if you seen a small child tumbling, just, running down the freeway with a pamper on? You wouldn't have stopped? I know, definitely I would have stopped. And especially if there's not anything on the side of the interstate, like she could have, if the child was to climb up and fall down, I would have stopped, because I'm like, well, where's the other person? They're nowhere around. Now, in this case, they may have had it may be an interstate where they have grass and trees and stuff on the side, and they just came running out the woods on her. Right? She said, real talk. Yeah. She said, I think it was a setup. Yes, I'm pretty sure it was a setup. But why? Why would they use a child? And like I said, that goes to show you the mentality of these criminals, because they say, well, we can't put anything in the street anymore because people are hip to that, because they played a lot on IG, right? They forewarned us on IG about a lot of crimes and a lot of setups, right? So they decided to use a child. It just makes me think that they have thought about it deeply. And it's like, we have to stay cognizant of wherever we go, whatever we're doing, we do. But once you see a child walking down the freeway, the motherly instinct kicks in immediately, especially for me, because most mothers, it's a natural to be what? Nourishing, right? To be caring, to show affection towards a child. It's a natural for us. Monica says, mark the mile marker, call 911, and keep driving. Unfortunately, the world is not kind. True. Very true. And as we can see in this particular case, it just really touches me. And it just, I'm just like, wow, where did she wake up at? You put yourself in her shoes and you be like, when she did come to, because I'm assuming that they've knocked her out at that point, right? But when she does come to, she's probably in a weird place. She's probably on top of a you just never know. Just being realistic about things, guys. And I try to forewarn, again, we all try to forewarn our kids about the dangers of the world. But it's like, each time we warn them about one thing, here comes something a step higher. Something a little bit more clever. She said, I swear I wouldn't stop. Wow. I'm just going to drop the link anyway for anyone in case you have anything to say about this particular story. But it just really, this story just, it rolled me. It really did. I was just like, wow. Whose child it is? And her mom and her father, they are grieving because, and right now, at this point, the grieving is worse than the child having to have passed away. The grieving is worse right now because they don't know what's going on with their child. So many negative things come into your mind, guys, when your children are missing, right? Hell, I almost had a heart attack when one day I thought I lost Jose when he was little. I damn near had a heart attack. When I made it to the last door of one of his friends, I told the mom, please tell me he's here, because otherwise I'm going to die right here. And she said, don't cry, he's here. I was like, why the hell you took him without telling me? I almost died. I'm serious. I knew I would have just left right then and there. So I just feel for her parents. I really feel for her mother. I feel for her dad. I do. Celebrity Stardust says, I would have stopped, but I won't anymore. Isn't that sad? Isn't it so sad in the world that we can't even stop to render aid to a child that is possibly lost? That goes to show you that the world is getting bad and it's not going to get any better. It's just, like he says, evil will be like the sands of the shores. Just imagine how many evil folks are out there. Hell, I do. I don't trust anyone, but guess what? I got caught slipping the other day. A young lady knocked on my door to sell water. What is it? Osaka water. And I opened my door. Now, don't get me wrong. I had my big sister right there. The point is, I opened the door. And I should not have opened my damn door. Because you just never know, guys. Isn't that sad? You just never know. People can't even knock on your door to do their job to try to sell water because it's so freaking dangerous. But I opened my door. I said, I won't do that shit anymore. Oh, no. And thank goodness, God blessed her because it would have been on in here. But it just goes to show you that I thought about it afterwards. I was like, why did I open the door for her? You can't open your door for anyone. The mailman, FedEx. Remember, I came in contact with the FedEx serial unaliver. They can work for anyone, guys. You just can't open your damn door no more. You just can't. This is a really tragic story, guys. Right? Very tragic. They are looking for her. And by God, I hope they find her. I really do. I really pray that they find her. But just think about how it's not now it's at the point where it has made national news. But we've also seen stories where they have found people and all of their organs were gone. A lot of their organs were gone. And it just makes me wonder. And I'm not trying to put a narrative on it. I'm just saying that we need to think outside the box instead of thinking about maybe they've robbed her or maybe they've sexually, essayed her. It could be that. Because again, we are strong people. So guys, be strong, but think strong too. Think strong too. She says, I pretty much curse people out knocking at my door. Don't come to my door uninvited. Right. And I don't curse people out. I try, I'm very cordial when they come to the door. It's just that I shouldn't have opened it because somebody would have been leaving here and gone. Night. It was my fault. I should not have opened it. That's all I'm saying. She says, I'm going to get a ring cam in New York. She said, we got plenty of things up. She said, we got plenty of things up. Good in Alaska. Prayers, we find her safe and sound. Right. The ring cam is really good. It really is a good thing, guys. My camera, they're sending a new one out because it stopped working, but that camera really works. It makes me nervous though at night because you can't see all the shit out there. But it's a good thing to have, guys. It really is. It's great to have. You may not hear audio, but mine, I could talk on it. But if you can't hear audio, that's fine as long as they see their ass, right? So, again, this young lady, she's gone, guys. She is gone. Like I said, the last thing they heard from her was when she was telling the family member what was going on, why she stopped. And she heard they scream. They didn't give a shit about her being on the phone. And sometimes they say, when you walk home, baby, and make sure you're on the phone when you walk home. It's like these crooks don't care now. These criminals do not care now. They are bold. Something else. I need to stop smacking my lips. I just hate that. When I go back and look at the video, I'm like, I don't know why I'm doing that, but please excuse me, bear with me. Like I said, the family members, they lost communication with her on the phone. The phone was still on. Once the police got there, her belongings were there. I'm just saying, guys, pray for her family. Pray for her. Hopefully she is alive. Hopefully they just drop her off somewhere. I really hope this is what's going to happen. I hope this is the case. Not very often we see people come back. We saw the three young ladies that were missing for like 10 years. Remember the three Hispanic and white ladies? They were missing for like 10 years since they were little girls. By the grace of God, they were returned. They found them. So I'm praying that they find all these other kids as well. I am. We all have a soft heart when it comes down to kids. I know damn well I do. So I just, and make sure you tell your kids, warn your kids. I don't care how grown they are, because again, an adult, it doesn't have necessarily have to be a little 25-year-old. I'm saying an older person will definitely stop as well, most times. So just pass the word, that this young lady is missing, and pray for her family. Yes, they are. And as beautiful as my daughter is, I'm not trying to brag. This child looks like she is 16 years old. She is beautiful. And I'm so nervous. I get so nervous. I'm like, be cautious, baby. Be aware of your surroundings, please. Because a lot of that trafficking is going on. It's real out here, guys. I guess we need to get off this subject because, we have a tendency to get, oh, you are backstage. I'm so sorry. I didn't see you. April?
Hey, Marie.
Hey, darling.
Um, yeah, I heard a little bit of the story with the young lady. Me, I gotta stop saying but anyway, no, I wouldn't have stopped. I probably would have um slowed down the car, but I wouldn't have came to a complete stop. It just don't look right. It don't look right. It to me, in my opinion, it didn't look right at
I
all.
understand. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure the area where this happened at, but to me, it just don't look right. This child walking on the side of the road, nobody else didn't see the child. Um, the parents said they had a trucker that came and was in front of her car. They would have
Mm-hmm.
seen the child too. So if she wouldn't have saw the baby first, the trucker would have seen the child. I don't know. I
True.
just think it probably most likely was a setup. I just don't feel that a baby wouldn't have been walking down that road. Nobody would have saw that baby.
True. Like you're saying, you're making a point that the trucker probably seen the child as well and to continue to proceed on his way, right? And
They
here it
say the
is, she
trucker,
stopped. Mm-hmm.
his the parents said that they had a trucker may have, his car was in front of her car. I'm guessing after they hadn't already took her and stuff like that. But what did she get out the car?
Yes, she got out of the vehicle.
No, no, no.
She
That's what they
most likely she
wanted
got
her
out to
to
go
do.
try to pick the child up, and then boom.
That's what they wanted her to do.
Right.
Um, they probably knocked that girl out. Somebody probably was waiting in the. I'm not sure the area they have woods or something right there.
That's what I was wondering. Did they have woods? Was it the part like how we're on our way to Louisiana, how we have all the woods, and but the
Yeah,
interstate, right? That's what I'm thinking. This particular interstate is looking like. I should have Googled it to see where it is exactly. I think I may do it.
yeah, because I want to know if they had woods because she probably would have seen somebody. It was nighttime, right?
Right.
Yeah, it was nighttime. Then she was traveling by herself. Wow, wow. Why she got out that car? I just don't feel in my heart of hearts
Mm,
that a child would be walking by himself or herself at that time and you don't see no other signs of life, parents or nothing, just a child walking in a diaper. Like I said, I probably would have slowed down, but I would have made sure I clicked them locks. I probably would have slowed down and try to see, while I'm calling the cops
mhm.
to get
You know what I
help.
was thinking? I found the site guys of how I-459 looks. I'm gonna go ahead and share right quick. Lake and Kisses and everyone. And y'all kind of tell me, uh, y'all kind of tell me, I'm thinking that they probably lay down. Let me just present it right quick. Let me know if everything sounds good, guys. Here it is right here. Okay, let me come back to you guys. Okay, here it is. Now you see this picture to the far right, guys? Y'all see that? It's
Yeah.
just as I imagined it. I talk so loud. It's just like I imagined it. More of a flat interstate. You see the woods over there, right?
Hmm.
Now, being that it was at nighttime, and you know it's pitch black out there usually on the road. There's not like street lights out there. Very many street lights out there on the highway. There are, but not as many as if you were in a neighborhood. But I believe they probably were laying down, laying back in the woods. That's what I think. Near the woods. That's what I think in the grass. And once she got out, they just ran up and got her. What do you think, Lakin?
So it's the
Mhm.
the interstate right there on the side, all the way to the right.
Right. You see that interstate right there to the right, guys? Y'all can see the interstate, right? This is it, 459. You see how it's a flat? Because when you think of interstate, yes, I think of a freeway because I'm in a big city. Freeways have the, humps and usually on the side there's nowhere to go. But on an interstate, you see all the flat, dry land, guys? You see all the flat land there with all the grass? They just probably lay down in the grass and waited for this child to come out of her
Yeah.
car. And they probably done it more than once,
Yeah. Probably did that all night.
all night. We didn't think about that, right? Well, we have not heard of any other missing people, but if they have, they will bring it to our attention. But they probably done it somewhere elsewhere. Hmm,
That's
Think
just
about it.
like the story. When a guy found a child in a diaper by the it was by a soda machine in a hotel, and he was like, Lord, who child? And all of a sudden he said this African guy was like, hey, that's my child, and took the child. That wasn't right neither, but he let him leave with the child. Now they trying to find that child. This man gone.
Wow.
He would have had to fight me for that child. We in the open. It was man to man. I wouldn't have let him took that child.
Right. Maisha, she's asking, what about the child? Was a child found? No, a child was not found in the case that I'm speaking of, but in the case that Lakin is speaking of, she's saying that it was a child in a diaper next to a soda machine, and this guy, this African guy, all of a sudden comes up and claims the child. But in this case with Carlethia, they did not find a child either. Most likely, they took the child with them. It could have been somebody's child that they used as,
Whoever, yeah, that was their child. Whoever it was. I was telling them a story on my channel, Marie,
hmm
years ago. And this was in the 80s.
hmm
My mama was working part time in a little motel, but it was her and another lady, and it only would give them certain rooms to clean. So one particular weekend, the owner husband went out of town for some type of convention or whatever, the case may be, but he wasn't there. Now, mind you, my mama and the other lady only had certain rooms that they were clean. But the wife, she was sick with cancer and she was hurting and she couldn't clean her rooms. It was like double on her and she was hurting. So she got my mama to clean these certain rooms. So then she asked my mama to go in the office because she came and she was checking the rooms or whatever. But she asked her mama to go in the office and catch something. I can't remember what it was she told her to go and catch. But my mama went up in the room, in their room where they would sleep at, because they sleep up and out.
hmm
They sleep in those offices. When they come from the back, that's their room.
Yes.
So my mama seen all these monitors. They was watching in the rooms. They was watching in those rooms. So when she came back off of work and stuff, she just had this weird look on her face. So I was questioning her because we usually tell each other about our day and stuff like that. And she
hmm
wasn't really talking. So I'm like, Mama, what's wrong? So she tells me this story that she's seen like video equipment of them watching in those rooms that was hooked in the main room. And it was only those rooms where she had to clean. The owners and his wife were clean.
Mm-hmm.
So she called the cops and told them, look, they're watching in people's rooms. This was, mind you, this was in the 80s. A couple of women was coming up, like just gone, just vanished. We
Wow.
didn't hear from them no more. You know, we stay in a small town. We wouldn't hear about these certain women that just missing, gone. Nobody would look or say anything about it. Back then, I don't even know if trafficking was a thing. They call it prostitution.
Right.
You
But
know,
yes, because back then they had pimps too. Remember that?
yeah, yeah. So nobody would really say anything about this. So I really think it was a thing back then, but now it's being brought to the light because it's
Right.
happening more and more and more and more. But this is what happened. Um, Years later,
Mm-hmm.
because the cops didn't do nothing, mind you. So years later, what ended up happening, my children's dad was staying over there at that
Mm-hmm.
motel.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, I said, of all the hotels, and why would you stay there? I said, they watch in those rooms. He was like, oh, well, it's closer to, the end that, he was from. He was saying, it's closer over here and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He said, so I'm going to just stay here. It's a little bit cheaper. I was like, okay, well, that's on him. So he was going to the store because the motel is in a commercial area. They have
Uh-huh.
like a churches, they have a store, little gas station across the street. They have like a dollar store, and they have like a little grocery store if you want to get a couple of grocery items and stuff like that. So he was going to the grocery store, and he forgot his wallet. So he
Okay.
came like right back, but he was walking. So it took him like maybe 3 to 4 minutes to turn around and come back. He told me, he called me all in a panic.
Uh-huh.
One of them was in his room,
Yes,
but they
indeed.
came out the wall. They came out the side of the wall.
Oh, hell no. Mm-mm.
Yes, they
No,
came out
ma'am.
the wall. And I heard them fussing because I was at work, and I could hear them fussing and arguing. He jumped on a guy or whatever and stuff like that. And it was a just big old thing about it or whatever, but then it died down. It died down. You didn't hear nothing else about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, a couple of years after that, uh, a young man, it was two co-workers that was standing in one of the rooms, right?
Okay.
So one of the co-workers ended up getting shot in the head. So the co-worker that was in there, he was like, oh, we was playing Russian roulette.
Mm-hmm.
And when it was his turn, the gun went off. All right. So the other guy that he shot, he didn't pass away right then, but he was, comatose or whatever. So they didn't charge him. What ended up happening, when the guy passed, because
Mm-hmm.
his family had money, and they was like, I don't believe this. I don't believe this. They had got private investigators and everything, and they was digging into it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened when the guy passed? They wanted to upgrade the charges, so they couldn't find this guy. So they went to America's Most Wanted,
Okay.
and John Washington all came down here, and it was a little small, big thing, but they embellished the story a little bit. Like, he told some of the facts of the case, but it wasn't all the facts of the case. What
Mm-hmm.
ended up happening, this motel owner, they ended up turning over this videotape of what happened in that room.
Uh-huh.
Y'all was watching in the room. They had the tape the whole daggone time.
Oh my goodness. I can see that. I really could see. I really can see them. We've seen those cases too, where people at the hotels as well, where they're
Yeah,
videoing folks.
yeah. And you see the cops being involved with it because a lot of times that's how they do their drug bust too.
Right,
So
right.
the cops, that's why the cops didn't really say anything when my mama told all those years ago. That's why they didn't really do nothing because
They know they
the
had a hand in it.
cops, yeah, the cops was involved and they was getting paid. That's how they was popping these guys in this room and stuff like that. But the trafficking stuff that wasn't even getting talked about.
This is, you know what? This world is sickening, and a lot of it, though, to be honest with you, a lot. I would say, I would say maybe 50-50. A lot of the evil has to do with money, right? And
Right,
then it has to do with like just mental folks that like sadists, folks that enjoy, hurting people, stuff like that. That's what I believe. But most of it has to
right.
do with money. Tawana, thank you so much for the super sticker. She said, "This is so sad. They can't get us to pick up money, so they're doing this." What she's saying is, how they're saying that people are finding money on the ground and they have you pick it up, and you stop to pick it up, and then somebody grabs you. You ever seen that happen, Lakin?
Yeah, I've heard of it, I've heard that they'll drop the money and waiting for you to pick it up and
Yes. Yeah. So like I said, in this case, like she's to want to saying that the old tricks are not working. So they decided to what? Go for the heart. You get to go for the feelings, especially with women, go for that motherly instinct when they see a child. So as you guys can see, thank God I put it out. That freeway or that interstate is flat, and it does have grass around it where people are able to hide and duck off. I'm so sorry. Like I'm just reading it. I'm so sorry. I can't see worth a dang hardly, guys. I'm serious. We'll talk about that. But it's just, guys, y'all need to stay aware, stay cognizant of your surroundings, stay cautious, stay vigilant. Ladies, stay vigilant. Again, sometimes spray, what do you call it? Mace, it's not gonna help you. You have to have something that's gonna put an inch down in some cases. It's just as simple as that, because the world is not a very good place right now. It really isn't. We try to see the good in everyone, right, y'all? We try to see the good in everyone, but guess what? We're going to go ahead and let's just go ahead and go into the next story right quick, guys. So I'll prove my point of what I'm saying. Okay. Hi, Norris Tony. She says, let's see, we have one more coming here. She says, sometimes it's lace and you pass out when you touch the money. Right. From what I understand is with that in and all, right? And it basically makes you pass out, and somebody can take you right then and there. But what I want to do is get into this MFA. Do you guys know who this is? Who knows who this is? Lakin, do you know who this is?
he look
Lakin.
real familiar. He in the news right now.
Yes. He is in the
I
news
couldn't
right
think
now.
of his name right off, but yeah, I saw him.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up his story right quick, guys. And this is where we want to get into making sure you basically you never know when you're going to come in contact with the devil, you get it, or evil, because again, the devil's beautiful, evil is beautiful, guys. It's not going to come to you, a person or unalive or anyone like that, or a person that's coming to harm you. It's not going to come ugly and with the weapon in their hand and all that. They're not going to come like that. This is an example of what they come as. Okay, this is Mr. What is this master's name? Rex Harman. Rex Harman. It's really a German name. His last name is German. So let me pull him back up for y'all. Rex Harman. Who is Rex? He was just arrested for several cold case crimes, unaliving of several women in Long Island. He was the Long Island unaliver, serial unaliver, right? And they finally caught his ass. They finally caught him. Now I know that this man knew that they were going to eventually get him, but look how long it took. Damn, then they they've found DNA way back, right? The ability to extract DNA and to match DNA way back. So why the hell are they just not getting to this man? Can you tell me this man is getting old as hell? But guess what? He's only 59 years old, guys, but look at every bit of 70. Here he is again. So you can see what I mean by 70. This is him again. This is him again, Mr. Rex. Rex was finally found and indicted. Let's just kind of look at his story right quick, guys. It's sickening. It really is sickening that they are just now arresting this guy. I believe that he did stop because remember they say he allegedly stopped. I believe he stopped because he knew DNA was out there. He didn't want to F up, right? So again, this guy's name is Rex Harmon. Rex is a whole architect, guys. He is a rich ass architect, okay? He, yes, he did. From what I understand, is he did owe the IRS some money. The point is, a lot of folks don't want to pay them on time, but the point is, he's not going to give them his last damn dollar. Okay. Let me just read a little bit of the story. Shout out to CNN. It says a New York architect was charged by a grand jury Friday with 6 counts of unaliving deletions in connection with the deaths of 3 or 4 women who, in death, became known as the Gigolo Four. The Gigolo Four. Wow. The Gigolo Four or the Gigolo Four, according to the Suffolk County attorney. Rex Holman, 59 years old, is also the prime suspect in the passing of the 4th woman, authorities say. After his court appearance, anyway, guys, they did not give him bail. Thank God for that. They did not give him bail. I'm so shocked that they did not give him bail. I am shocked. And you guys know why I'm shocked. You know I'm shocked. But I guess maybe someone that they knew that they were close to or that they knew came in contact with this psycho for them not to for them to decline bail. Okay. It says here the attorney general, the attorney attorney says feared the suspect may be tipped off that they were closing in, moved to arrest him on Thursday. So they were afraid that they, basically they called him because they were scared he was going to run. How would he know that if somebody else wouldn't leak it, right? Turner declined to comment on potential connections between the 4 women, the 4 deleted victims, and any of the other human remains found in the same area of Long Island in 2010. But this happened way back, as you can see. So basically, again, guys, this guy was a serial unaliver, guys. They caught his ass. Hold on here. She said every bit of 70. Don't he look every bit of 70? He's 59 years old, honey. That goes to show you that black don't goddamn crack. Okay. She said he look every bit of 70. Absolutely. She says a serial the leader, he can't have bail. Thank God for that. Because we know how the system works. There's 2 different systems, one for us, and then there's one for them. Right? And look how long again they took. And someone made that point, brought that point to us. I'm not sure what I saw it on, maybe here on YouTube or something, where they were saying, damn, when it's a cold case for a Caucasian man, and no offense, we love our Caucasian folks, Caucasian person, that they take fucking forever to solve the case. Look at this man. He's 59 years old. Back then, he probably was 49, probably 39, in his 30s. He's probably done more than that and just moved to a different area. But the point is, they finally caught his ass. And I'm telling y'all now, that DNA had to have clicked before now. Had to have matched before now. That's just my opinion. I just think that they waited and just said, fuck it. He's done it and he's not doing it anymore. So let's just wait. I'm just thankful that they caught his ass. Again, this guy is an architect. He's a family man. He's married. He has children, guys. So, of course, all his colleagues and all of his friends are saying, not Rex. Rex couldn't do that. Rex did do that shit. He did. That's what I'm saying. The devil doesn't come ugly, obvious. It just doesn't happen that way, guys. And here it is. I'm going to be real with you. If I would have seen him coming towards me, I would have known immediately that it was something wrong with him. And that he was unalive. I would have known it. A lot of us, we have that 6th sense, right, ladies?
Yeah, Rex looked like a serial killer.
Don't he? I don't want to get all the way into what he did to these ladies, but we know he has done some shit. He has done some shit, and he's finally caught. And I'm so thankful they did not give him a bond. I know his wife is embarrassed, but she probably don't give a shit. She long as she have her money and to take care of her kids, she's good. Hmm? She says here, Tawana says, had he been black, he would have been gone. Been gone. Right. They would have been caught him. They would have been brought that DNA evidence up. They do it all the time. They match. It didn't take this goddamn long to get to his case, right? They probably just put it on the backbone where he why dang he didn't do it. We see that all the time, and we're just not trying to pull the race card or anything. We see that shit all the time. It's just facts. And for what I understand is that they don't like to include these other folks of different ethnicities to the statistics when they've done this. When they've done something, they always try to dummy down the charge or not even put it out there, not even count it. I believe that. I do believe that. Because, anything that's negative, and I'm not being racist and I'm not trying to pull the race card again, guys. Anything that's negative, where statistics are involved, where they have 80% of Black African Americans are serial unalivers, and they have a tendency to do this or do that negatively, right? But if it's something like, 90% of Caucasian or other ethnicities are the smartest in the school or the smartest in the college, right? Their grades are much higher. They have a high IQ. Bullshit. And we know it's bullshit. But that's a different life, guys. That's a different topic. I'm just saying. So finally, they caught his big ass. They finally caught him. I'm so thankful that they caught him. We're going to touch bases back on him. Let me see if they did anything else. Remember, they don't have a bond for him. I'm thankful for that. Let's see. These are all his charges. It says the background on him. Let's just kind of read a little bit of his background and move on. It says Rex, who a source familiar with the case said, is a father of two, is a registered architect who has owned the New York City-based architect firm since 1994. So he's been having this company, and he was doing this shit while he owned this company and while he employed all these folks. Come on now. Can none of y'all tell that something was weird about his ass? I'm just saying. It says, according to his company website, in a civil court hearing in 2018, Rex described his work as general architecture and said he works for clients to resolve issues with the State Department of Buildings. Okay, so what? So what? It says, here it is. It says the new investigation launched in 2022, a task force to investigate the Gilgo Beach killings was formed in February 2022, shortly after Turney took office at the Attorney General's office. Okay. Turney said he made the Gilgo Beach murders an unsolved case tied to at least 10 sets of remains discovered since 2010 in the suburban Long Island, a priority before he took office. Well, that's good. He's the only one. It seems like he's the only one. Once he took office, he's the one who decided to reopen this case, reopen this investigation, which is great. It says here, burner phones and DNA. Investigators went backwards through phone records, collected them both. This motherfucker, he was using burner phones way back then. Isn't that something? It says 2 areas where a burner phone used by the alleged unaliver were detected. After narrowing down the pool, they searched for a connection to a green pickup truck a witness had seen the suspect driving, sources told CNN. Investigators found Rex, who matched the witness' physical description, lived close to the Long Island sale site and worked near the city site where other cars were captured. They then also obtained DNA from an immediate family member of one of the ladies connected and got his ass. Yes. So this is a really big story as well, guys. Mr. Rex here. I'm glad they caught his ass. You know, they have made movies on this. They have done a lot of documentaries on this. I don't know if you guys recall, but they have. And I'm so happy they got his ass. I am so thankful. So hopefully he can spend the rest of his life in prison, which is not a long time, because hell, if you're almost 60, that means you lived at least 3/4 of your life, because a lot of folks don't live to 100 years old anymore, right, guys? They just don't. We have to accept it. And if you're over 40 or 50, guess what? You live at least more than half of your life. So hopefully he will spend the rest of his life incarcerated. So that was Mr. Rex, guys. If y'all have any comments, make sure y'all put them down here in the chat. Yes, like, and do you see this hot mess? Oh, let me damn it. I wanted to kind of go back right quick to show you the video, the news video of the young lady Carlethia. And then we're going to probably touch on something else and then leave because I don't want to keep you guys long. But here is the news story, okay?
Starting immediately last night and continuing into today by land and sky. Crews are working as hard as they can to find her. Right now, a $25,000 reward is being offered. And as police continue to search, we are bringing you team coverage from all angles of this story. Yeah, as you can imagine, her family is distraught. Carly's mom and dad holding out hope, knowing their daughter is a fighter.
It's a chance for her to put up a fight to try to save her life. She's going to do everything she can to put up a fight. So we're asking that the community, again, people even in other states, to do the same thing. If you can please spare any time, if you'll just go to gas stations, hotels, just anywhere.
Can't imagine what they're going through right now. WVTM 13's Lisa Crane is anchoring our coverage tonight, and she gets us started this evening. Lisa, what do we know about this?
So those were her parents. Those were her parents. And again, I feel really bad for them. Let's just hear this last little part of this, guys. I know. 1 second, okay?
This case and how it all unfolded. Well, we know 25-year-old Carly Russell called 911 last night at about 9:30. She had left work, was on her way home. She said there was a toddler walking alone on the side of 459. She hung up with 911 and then she called a relative. Now, at that point, we believe that she got out of her car to check on the child, thinking that police would be there at any time. Her relative said she heard Carly scream, and then while it seemed Carly dropped her phone, the connection continued. When police arrived, they found Carly's vehicle, her cell phone, and personal items, but no Carly and no child.
Okay, guys. See, if we would have watched the video earlier, my apologies. But they just show how the grass was alongside of that interstate, right, Lakin?
They did have woods.
And so basically, and then you see how the grass was. They were basically hiding in the grass or in the woods, guys, when they came out on this young lady. So I prayers to her family, my condolences to her family, because I'm sure her parents can't sleep, right? I'm sure her family can't sleep. I would be a hot damn mess if it was one of my kids or any of your kids, honestly. So let's just pray for her family and pray that this child makes it back. I pray that she makes it back. That's all. I couldn't imagine. I really couldn't imagine. So I wanted to play that video for y'all guys. Like I said, my apologies. Let's kind of get on a little different note, guys, because we have been talking about sad love stories, but it's just we have to, look out for one another, guys. We have to bring you the news and, just for us to discuss what options do we have or what we can do as a whole, as a collective. So just tell your kids what's going on, especially your daughters, both sons and daughters. Just be aware. That's all. Okay, guys, let's get to Miss. I'm going to get to Black China. Black China, aka Angela, guys. This is her. I just wanted to bring her up right quick because Black China, Angela, right, guys? Angela, she has made some really great changes to herself, guys. She is allegedly she's no longer doing any type of substances or anything or drinking a lot or anything anymore. She is sober, for what they're saying on this particular story, that she's sober, and that this picture right here, they're saying that this is a picture of her sober without any of a lot of the when she had the surgery still in her, the surgery still on her. So this is her after the surgery and her as a sober, clean woman, guys. And she's very beautiful. This is her. She does look kind of like her mom, doesn't she? She does look like her mom. Now, guys, I just wanted to put this picture up to show what plastic surgery will have you looking like, right? Look at her. Does she not look like she is already dead and gone? On this particular picture, she does. Look at her jaw. I'm not sure what she was trying to get, what she was aiming for with her face, but this ain't it. And Angela knew it was not it. So I'm so thankful she did remove all of this within the cheekbones and the lips and stuff. She got rid of all that crap. This is her, guys. She originally already had high cheekbones, right? So, girl, it didn't make any sense. Just don't hurt yourself anymore. Get rid of that crap. So I just wanted to bring that up, that she is trying to live a more healthier, balanced life. She's trying to be a Christian, and she's, trying to sober up and trying to, change her, the perception, that's out there of her. So I'm really proud of her, guys. I hope you guys are too, but I really wanted to bring that up. So shout out to Miss Angela. Okay. We know mom has been doing some really throwed off stuff. Right, guys? Tokyo, honey, she has been a hoot here lately. We know her mom can be rowdy. We know she can be rowdy, but she does love her kids. She does love Black China. Why she continues to go back and forth, I'm not sure. But I am going to do a video on her here soon. The last video that we did of Tokyo is where we showed her crying and basically pleading for her daughter to talk to her and to be with her. So, it's a mother. It's just unconditional love. Yes, she has made a lot of mistakes, but we can't really judge because there's no perfect mother out there, right, guys? There's no perfect mother out there. So, shout out to her. Hopefully, Tokyo gets things together, and it looks like Angela is really working hard to get her shit together, right? Does anyone have any questions about AT Babies? Thank you so much for joining, guys. Shout out to AT Babies. Shout out to Lake and Kisses for coming up here and joining us, guys. She has a channel as well, guys. Make sure y'all subscribe to these all these content creators to wanted to inspire, guys. Bring the mess. Love that channel. Who else? Speak to your girl myself. Norris Tony. Make sure you subscribe to Norris Tony. I'm not sure if he made his 3,000 yet, or he needed 10 just the other day, guys. Subscribe and support. Okay, guys. We really would appreciate that, guys. Again, if you want to support the channel, you know what to do. Either send a super sticker, or you can hit the Cash App, or whatever you like to do. I'm trying to get another we look like we're gonna need another computer because this one is effed up. Okay, so we just work on it, and just my goal, guys, is to at least come live 3 times a week. I honestly really didn't want to come on as much because I would lag so much on here, and it just looked like a shitty mess, right? So my moderator, to wanted to inspire, she always pumps me up to go live. You need to go live, you need to go live. So I decided to go live, and I'm really glad I did go live because I miss you all. So y'all, let's just work on it. Let's just work on our lives. And guys, if you are doing a replay on this video, make sure you try to join us on the lives that come up, guys. Let's just get together and just support each other and, talk and discuss what's going on. Anybody else have any questions or anything about any of these stories, guys? I want to come back. Like I said, today was more of, shout out to Neighborhood Talk as well. Today was more of news and updates, guys. So I am, like I said, I was in awe with the story of the young lady that came up missing, and with this fat bastard up here that they have as a serial killer. Okay, I'm not trying to body shame or anything. I'm just saying he's a hot mess. But I appreciate you guys. Shout out to Danny Robinson. Shout out to Speak to Your Girl Marcella. Shout out to all the content creators, guys. Jaguar is a hot topic right now, guys. I'm not sure what Miss Jag is going to be doing here. She does have a channel, guys. So, try to go support her as well, because she does need funding, and she does need, subscribers to be able to go live or be able to get monetized. So shout out to them. I know she's commentary and everything, guys. This is for comical reasons, guys. I did this as comical, and I'm going to leave you guys with my impersonation, and you've probably seen it already, of me acting as Jag in an interview talking about Mary J. Jaggy. That's what I'm going to say, Jaggy. So here it is, guys. I'm going to leave you with this. I love you guys. Let's see here. We have another comment. Norris has 1957. Yes, so almost 2,000. Yes. So make sure y'all support. I'm going to leave you guys with this little comical little skit I did. And I did it way back, guys, when I first started on YouTube. But I thought that this is a good time to bring this comical skit back, guys. So I love you guys. I'll see you guys on the next video. Besos to you all. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification. Make sure your notifications are on. And make sure you hit that like button, okay? All right, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Here you go.
Let's just keep it bunt. Back then in them times, I was the top of R&B, hip-hop, jazz, every motherfucking genre. Top bitch. Still is today, goddammit.
All right, one more question is right.
Yes.
Can you tell us a story about Mary J?
Oh, Mary. Mary, huh? You want to hear about Mary? Okay. See that bitch Mary? Mary had a little lamb. That motherfucker fleece was white as motherfucking snow. Mm-hmm. Everywhere that bitch went, the motherfucking lamb would show the motherfucking go. Yeah. Motherfucking lamb went. Everywhere that bitch went. Everywhere she went, that motherfucking lamb went. You know what? I'm still that top bitch. Check me out for my music. Because I'm the shit still.
Bye.